Okay, so it's taken all parts, this awesome live version of Reason to Believe from the Christic Show, 16th of November 1990. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video I'm going to be playing through the whole song and you'll see tab scroll across the screen. Okay, so this song's in the key of G major. Tempo is quite loose to start with, sort of slow and speeds up. Then it's kind of quite consistent, about 130 BPM, but it is quite loose, as are a lot of Bruce's live performances, especially on acoustic. Okay, so it uses open G tuning. Okay, so that's where you want to tune the E string down to a D, the A string down to a G, so 6th string, E to D, 5th string, A string, A to G, leave the D the same, G the same, B the same, and then this E string down to a D. So you only have to change 3 strings, but it sounds really nice. Okay, so that's the tuning. He does use a 12 string, but just for purposes of the video I'm using a acoustic, also because I haven't got a 12 string as well. So let's take a look at the chords first. So basically what you've got, if you played all the strings from the A string, you've got a G chord. Now if you play it, these kind of, often the verses is doing this, which is kind of the power chord, G5 power chord part of that chord. So the A, the D and the G string, that's pretty much that chord there. So that's the G and then the G5, and then you've got a C over G chord, which Bruce loves. It just sounds really lush, especially with this tuning. Middle finger 2nd fret D, first finger 1st fret B. Let's jump from the A string. Now if you play the whole chord, again just from the A string, that's technically a C add 9 chord there, which sounds fantastic. And they got a really lush sounding D5 chord. Don't forget slide as well, which we'll get onto in a minute. So I'm putting the slide on my 3rd finger, so it allows me to play this D5. I like to play it like this: 1st finger 2nd fret A, middle finger 2nd fret G, then pinky 3rd fret B. But again, if you wanted to put your slide on a different finger, just use a typical sort of glass slide. You might want to adjust your chord voicing. So 5 chords, but 2 of them are pretty similar, so which is awesome. What I'm also going to do now is put the song structure up on the screen, so hopefully that will allow you to break down all the individual sections. Any chords in brackets means there's more than one chord in that particular bar. Don't forget you can access any song structure in that drop down menu, copy and paste, put it in a Word file and all that good stuff. So let's take a look at the intro first. Okay, so very loose timing as well. So basically start off with the A and the D strings and then strum a little bit more. Then the slide, you're going to go from 0 to 3 like that. It's got some new strings on here, so it sounds a little bit brighter than normal, like that. So again, when you are sliding, if you're not used to sliding, make sure you slide over the fret wire. I don't claim to be a pro sort of slide player, but I can get by. So so you go 1, 2 and 3, 4 and like that. Okay, so there's the A, D and the G strings for the slide, and then like that the next bar. So 0, kind of the D and the G strings, aim to get those. Do that slide again, then open D and G, then open A and D, and then that slide again, then open D and G, open A and D. Okay, so those first 2 bars, again, you can be more loose timing on this. So 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and then bars 3 and 4, you just got a normal chord like that, A, D and G strings ideally, and then down up on the G string. Okay, and then that slide again to the 3rd fret, open D and G, open A and D, and then kind of the A, D and G strings. Oops, went too far there. 3, 0, A and D again, and then 2 slides into the 3rd fret, and then it's kind of just doing that almost to test the tuning as well. And then after that, he's got the he's kind of doing that. I've just tabbed it out like this so it's consistent. So A, D, G, B, G, D, A, D, G, B, G, D. Just go up and down, and then a few more of those open G chords. So I've played the last 5 bars, so 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. So all of those, that 7-bar intro. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. Cool, and then it speeds up, and you've got that great little shuffle feel. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So it's slightly dampened palm muting. If you're not familiar with palm muting, you just fleshy part of the hand. So you're not muting, you're dampening the notes. And this shuffle feel, so basically think of each set of quavers or eighth notes. So that's 1 and the first one's going to last 2/3 of a beat, second one 1/3 of a beat. So it's like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's that pulse you want to get. Don't forget to use this as a foundation as well, because later on in the song he does slightly less palm muting, and he might be doing down and up strokes as well. So play around with that. Also, some of the bars that we're going to do in the tab are just for simplicity, have just got that kind of rhythm. This D5 chord especially. Sometimes he kind of rings out a section with that. In the tab, just for consistency, I've just got him doing that. So yeah, play around with it, use this as a foundation. Okay, so basically you've got this G5 bar. This is the second part of the intro before he starts singing. So 6 bars of this: 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Also, kind of just throw your hand as well. So that's probably why Bruce also went down and up strokes. So now we're going to take a look at all the verse sections. So again, don't forget to cross-reference with the song structure. So all 4 verses are the same, apart from he does 1 extra bar right at the end of the 4th verse, which I've highlighted there in the song structure. So think of it as 2 8-bar phrases primarily. So first bar, G5, then C over G for 1 bar, and then G5. 2 bars, and half a bar of C5, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So the C over G and then the G5, so 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, like that. Don't forget, probably less palm muting towards the end of the song as well. And then 1 more bar of G5 and D5. Really nice bassy sound with that tuning. So I'll just play that first half of the first verse again. So G5, C over G, 2 bars of G5, C over G, G5. There's a split bar which I've put in the song structure, any chords in brackets, split bars. Another bar of G5, bar 6, and 2 bars of D5, bar 7 and 8 at this first part of the verse. Okay, and now the second kind of 8-bar phrase, you've got G5 for 1 bar, C over G, 2 bars of G5, it's the same as before, and the split bar is the same as before, C over G, G5, and D5, kind of like a bluesy kind of turnaround, and 2 bars of G5. Cool, so if you just look at it, it's basically the last 3 bars are different for each 8-bar section. So that's all the verses, again, quite straightforward. Again, feel free to play around with it. And then later in the song, he's kind of doing that. More strumming down and up strokes. So it's worth bearing that in mind. Okay, cool. So now we're going to go through all 4 choruses, which are pretty much the same. So let's go for it. So we've got the 2 split bars to start with. C over G to G5, and then G5 to C over G. So you've got this 1 and a 2 and a C over G, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and then G5 to C5. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and then 2 bars of G5. And then I'm going to do the C add 9 over G, but this time no palm muting. It's that kind of bit at the end of the chorus. So you've got C over G for 2 beats, G for 1 beat, and then 4 and a, go back to the palm muting, and then you've got D5, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Cool, so let's play that chorus section again. So all 4 choruses pretty much the same. Split bar C5, G5, G5 to C5, G5 to C over G, sorry. Then 2 bars of G5, then open it out, no palm muting, C add 9, G, palm mute the G5, and D5 for the final bar. Cool, and then you got the break section when he's improvising with the slide, which sound pretty cool. So let's take a look at the first break verse. So again, no palm muting here, can be a little bit more aggressive. So here, 1, 2 and and then you've got slide into that 3rd fret, A, D and G strings. Sounds quite nice. So 1, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1, and then there's a tie into the next bar, 1 and 2, then sliding up to the 12th fret, which is the octave, and then that's tied, and then you've got and 4 and then 1, the next bar, and then palm mute for the rest of the 2 bars, the bars 3 and 4 of this break. 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. I'll play that first break a little bit slower. So it's 1, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Okay, so that's the way I like to count my triplets, even though, yeah, some people don't like to do that. So that's good. So that's first break done. Let's take a look at the second break. So he's just kind of doing this awesome, cool little improvising stuff with the slide here. So what we're going to do here, 1 full bar of the G5 palm muted, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and then a 3 and a 4 and so that's all he's doing different for this one, and he's palm muting bars 3 and 4 again. So apart from that, so it's a cool little riff that he's doing at the end of bar 2. So that second break again, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3. Cool. The most challenge of this song is getting that pole. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, da. So, but it sounds great. It really adds to this live version. So that is the second break, and now we'll do the third break. Comes off the third chorus. This is almost like a guitar solo. So the first bar of the third break, just normal, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Second bar is like the bar we just did in bar 2 of the second break. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And now you got this riff. Okay, so you got this at the end of bar 2 of this third break, and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a. So it's 0 3 0 5 0 3 0. Then you got a tie for half a beat, and then and 4 and slide into that 12th fret. Then you got a tie, and then you do it again, and you do that riff that you just did again. Oops, 0 3 0 5 0 3 0, and then you've got that bit again, and then after that you're just palm muting and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a bit bars. So it's a really cool section, this. So play the whole of the third break just nice and slowly. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and a 2 very improvised, but it's of course obviously replicate what Bruce is doing. Let's take a look at the outro now. So that's the only thing we haven't done. So the outro, where are we? So you've got basically G5, 2 bars, C over G for 2 bars, G5 for 2 bars, C over G for 2 bars, and then G. Yeah, so listen to the actual track. You can see a video of this on YouTube. You can see how he changes his dynamics. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, and any comments or suggestions, let me know down below. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Any questions about anything, let me know. Thanks for all your support, as always. Any questions about Jay's Music School, getting the files either in PDF format, Guitar Pro format, plus backing tracks, you can either go jsmusicschool.co.uk, instant download, or subscribestar.com. All the files are stored at Jay's Music School, but you'll have a bit more value for money plus extra stuff on Subscribestar. So happy to answer any questions about any of that stuff. Thanks as always. See you next time. Cheers. Bye. to get guitar profiles, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the subscribe star page or my website jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.